Hello, everyone. I am back and still unreasonable as ever. Never one for small talk. We are going to jump right into today's topic. And we are talking about Mr. Pastor Keion Henderson of Lighthouse Church in Houston, or Shaunie's husband if you're nasty. Okay, so Keion is in the headlines again, y'all. This time for asking 21 people to give $2,100 to help him build his new church. According to him, their insurance policy only covers so much, and he needs you, you, to pay for the rest. Now, of course, the internet went up on Pastor Keion for a few reasons. One being, most Americans are in the middle of an economic crisis right now. So am I, hence the reason why I went ghost on y'all ass. Two being, you do have insurance. Like, even if they're not giving you what you want, you still have it. And three, if they don't have it, then Shaunie do. Okay. People have also said that the destruction of his church is karma for snapping at that lady in that same church a few months back.
Hey, stop her. Hush. Silence in the name of Jesus. I lift my hands. The only voice I want heard is his. Oh, praise.
Okay, let me find out she's God's favorite. The people are looking at Pastor Keion sideways, honey, and it's because he comes across as disingenuous. Let me break down my thought process for y'all. Okay. So he says that they were already planning to get a new church in October. So where were y'all getting that money from? And why y'all can't go get it now? He says that God told him to prompt the world to give $2,100, but he also says he never even did the math to see what that would amount to. So you had the gall to ask everyday broke-ass Americans for money without even seeing what that total was going to be? You see what I'm saying, family? It just comes across as shady, like he's trying to get one over on us. Then he goes into the spiel about the intricacies of insurance policies like we not all grown. He wants to make sure that we common folk understand that just because something is insured or valued at X in 2014 doesn't mean it'll be valued at that same amount in 2024. He makes it seem like insurance companies don't want to pay or are out to get you, when in actuality, they're just doing their jobs by reimbursing what the property, the car, etc. is actually valued at. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, I really want to like Keion because he's so cool and real Gen X, right? His word is culturally relevant, he's intelligent, and he's well-dressed, in my opinion. I know some folks don't care for Keion's fashions, but I like them. But as our favorite shady housewife says,
something in the buttermilk ain't clean.
For instance, a few Sundays after he snapped at that lady, he brought a family to his church that had been struggling with homelessness, right? He said God told him to put them in an apartment and pay their rent for a year. Okay, cool, great. But then he invites the family to his church, stops the presses, and basically tells the whole world that this family is homeless. The camera pans to them, and the entire family looks embarrassed as hell. He has these people standing up like, behold, the homeless family I helped. He asked the father if he could shake his hand on some man-to-man shit, I assume. And, you know, the dad was a really good sport about it. But, I mean, come on. What man wants the world to know he and his family were homeless and are being saved by another man? Anybody who knows men knows that probably wasn't a good feeling for him. I just don't understand why he felt like they needed to be paraded around like that. Unfortunately, the other thing he has going against him is the fact that he married Shaunie. I mean, listen, objectively speaking, I like Shaunie for the fact that, you know, she's an independent woman, doing her thing, making her own money, living her life, whatever. But anybody who's a reality TV fan like I am and watched Basketball Wives, especially in those Miami days, knows that Shaunie marrying a pastor came way out of left field. And it would be one thing if I felt like Shaunie had completely changed her life and had become a saint. I don't feel that way at all. I feel like Shaunie is the same Shaunie she has always been, like on Basketballs and what have you. On Basketball Wives and what have you. And it's not that I don't like, Basketball Wives Shaunie. Well, I don't. But that's not the problem. The problem is, though, her adjacency to the church now that she is in the position of first lady. You look at a pastor, you look at a man like Keion in his position and say, now what would attract you to a woman like that?
It's some church folks, let me just be honest, it's some church folks I can hang with, and some I can't. And some I just have to because I'm in this circle now. And, but yeah, it's some that's just like, I just want people to give who they really are. Let's just keep it real. Let's keep it 100. Don't morph into somebody that you're not.
So you see, it's the little things like that that'll make me look at some of these pastors sideways and question what their true motives are. So the question for y'all family, is Keion a pastor or pimping pastor's clothing? Is he trying to game us? Let me know before I send in my $2,100. Y'all have a good night, and I will catch y'all on the next one.